Are you scouring the internet looking for an easy button for your health and weight loss journey? Well, listen in. Are you struggling to keep your head above water and brushing aside how you physically feel? You know you need to do something to feel better, but what? Nothing's working and you're about to give up. I hear ya. I'm Jolene, a nutritional therapy practitioner, a wife, and a furry guardian. Like you, I let my work and everything else get in the way of health, often chasing skinny instead of health until I learned how the body worked. Welcome to Holistic Health Made Simple, where I share all the tips, tricks, and science to set you free from the overwhelm of diet culture and frustration with the ever-changing health rules, going beyond the calorie and diet dogma to equip you to be healthy through simple changes to food, mindset, and lifestyle. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and learn how to feel better with changes that work for you, results that are undeniable like more energy, improved mood, better sleep, and fat loss, this is the podcast for you. Pop in those headphones, take a deep breath, and let's get healthy. Hey there. I get it. The new year is days away, and we are looking for an easy button to start the new year off right. Social media is full of all these posts of what others achieved in the last year. And you're sitting there going, I did not get to where I wanted to be at all. So let me find that same easy button that they had. I get it. I missed a few of my goals as well. First, remember, do not compare your journey with anyone else's but yourself. You might be sad that you didn't hit your weight loss goal, or you didn't improve on the health, or you didn't stick to a plan. That's fine. But don't compare what happened in your life to somebody else's, especially something that's curated to only show the good parts on social media. Life throws us curveballs. And honestly, we can only control the effort we put in. We cannot control that outcome. I know it's frustrating, but remember that you can only control the effort you put in, not the outcome. So, friends, my goal, and I invite you to join me, is to work on doing a little better every week until we reach those goals. It may take months, weeks, years, decades, who knows? But if we put in the effort and we try to do our best to improve every day, every week, we'll eventually get there. Remember, the large outcomes come from small steps accumulating throughout the year. It's not achieved always by these big, audacious changes that we make. It's through all the little steps that become consistent, that become habits. So before you push any of that biohacking easy buttons that you're finding through the interwebs as you're scrolling, it's time to master these few things first. Without them being mastered and part of your daily routine, you're just going to be spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere. Long-term maintenance and achievement of any health or weight loss goal is beyond difficult without these habits being part of your daily life. And as we talk about building the habits, we want them to be such a part of our life where we don't even think about them. It's just something we do. It's not something that's big and audacious and that we have to focus on. It's just something we do. The first one I want you to focus on is sleep. Getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep can make or break any health or weight loss goals. We know sleep is where our body repairs. So focus on building a nighttime routine that encourages good quality sleep. Next habit is building up your steps every day. Getting 7,500 steps. I know it sounds like a lot, especially when you have an office job. And so you might have to work on doing different things to increase those steps, parking further away, going for a break time walk, whatever that is. Being sedentary is really detrimental to our health. So getting in that minimum of 7,500 steps is going to improve your health and wellness journey beyond you can imagine. So just work on getting a few extra steps in all the time, walking around the building, whatever it is. Go to the furthest bathroom in your building. Figure it out. I know even for me, I work at home, so I have to get up and I take a lap around my backyard with the dogs and come back in just to get those extra steps in. And the next one is tied into the steps, is getting in 2 to 3 workouts every week. Start small, start slow, don't go overboard, but getting in 2 to 3 workouts a week that are focused on building muscle mass is going to help you reach those goals. And without this foundation, you can't just sit on your butt, not walk, not work out, and expect to achieve any weight loss goals or expect to get healthy. So these are like some really, really important things. Next up is hydration. Make sure you're consuming a minimum of 2 liters of plain water. Get that plain water in there. It does wonders for all of your cells and your health. It's really important. I did a whole episode on hydration. I'll link it below, but it's really, really important to make sure you're hydrated. And water is the catalyst for a lot of the chemical reactions that happen inside of your body. That's why we need some plain water that your body doesn't really have to do much to. Next up is getting in enough protein. Like I say, I haven't altered this at all. 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight as a minimum. And if you're struggling to get that in, a minimum of 30 grams of protein at every meal. Eat 3 meals a day and then throw in a snack, and you should be able to hit that 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. Protein will keep you full. It's also thermogenic, and it will help you lose weight and get your health back in order. Now on the whole eating habits, eating 90% real whole foods. Now start where you are and just start eliminating the processed foods, the ultra processed foods, and eating things that you recognize the names and as close to its natural form as possible. You cannot outrun, outwalk, outwork out, out-supplement, out-biohack a bad diet. Start focusing on a nutrient-dense food to support your body and its processes. And lastly, condense your eating window. Work on having a minimum of 12 hours between your last meal at night and your first meal of the morning. And that includes any coffee with cream, any drinks with sweetener, any of that. So 12 hours with just plain water in between. You can do it. I know you can. And then eventually work your way up so that that eating window is 8 to 10 hours. And you can vary that up. And if you're a regular intermittent faster, make sure that you're varying those windows up as well. But make sure that there's a minimum of 12 hours. We should let our body be able to do its thing in that 12 hours to replenish, repair, do everything it needs on a cellular level without having to worry about taking energy away to digest. And that, friends, is our tips. We need to start building the foundation of health and weight loss before we start tweaking and biohacking and looking for easy buttons. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no easy button. It's a long game. Think long term. That's why a lot of my steps are very similar. You've got to get this foundational thing laid so that you can work on the rest of it. Whatever your health issues are, we need to get the right foods to support that, to get your metabolism running better, your gut health being better. The 2 key things that we need to work on after we get foundationals is figuring out what's going on with your metabolism to support it, figuring out any ailments you have to support it and adjusting diet that way, and your gut health. Those are secondary. Without the basics down, you're not even going to be able to fix those. So get the basics down first. And remember, you can only control the effort. So stop setting some audacious goals like I'm going to lose 50 pounds by June 1st. You may or may not get there. It doesn't even depend on the effort you put in. Your body determines that. You need to put in the effort to reach those goals, but it's not on your timeline. It's on your body's timeline. So build your habits, put in the effort, and when you're setting up goals, set up goals that for the month of January, I'm going to get 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. Or I'm going to next week work out 3 times a day. Whatever they are, but those are goals you can control. Work on those. I'm going to be eating clean for a week. On that note, there is a challenge coming up to remove sugar and work on your gut, a 7-day free challenge. So make sure you're on my mailing list so that you get notified of when the start date is. It will start the second Monday of January because January 1st, like really, which one of us are really going to start on that date because there's still holidays and family in town and everything else going on. So join the newsletter list so that you get extra tips and you get notified when we have these free challenges. So let me help you get started on the right foot in the beginning of this year. Let's all focus on reaching those goals one step at a time. I'm right there with you. My body's changing. We can all support each other. And on that note, I will see you next time. Bye. Thanks for listening in today. I hope you got some nuggets to take on your health journey. Remember, this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes. No medical advice is being given. By listening to this podcast, you agree to the full disclaimer, which is linked in the show notes. If you found this podcast helpful, could you take 30 seconds and leave a review? Your feedback means the world to me, and it helps others discover my show. Once again, thank you for being part of my community. Until next time, have a blessed day.